y'all. I'm trying to redecorate my porch and the neighbor dog outside. I don't mind animals, but I don't play with other folks' pets now. But I want to replace my mom's that are now defunct. I was sick a few days. I don't think they'll come back because we have cold weather now. And as you can see, these some have now dried and some are still in full bloom, but I'm gonna go ahead and remove them because at the house in general, when looking at them, they look like they died. So yeah, so let's redo the porch steps. Okay. So I just spaced my pumpkins out a little bit. I thought about bringing them down a couple of steps, but there's a big old bug on, I can't even see my finger. Where's my finger? On one of the pumpkins. So I think what I'll do is, instead of starting close up top, that's an inflatable for Ghostbusters and a pumpkin. I'm gonna move the top pumpkins down 2 steps. That way I'm spacing out what I have. Okay, so now you see I got the cascading effect. Also at the top of my steps, I have some wooden pumpkins on one side of the door. So I just love pumpkins. And then we have the fall leafage. So let me show you how I dispose of my mom's at the end of the season. I'm sure you can bring them back year to year, but what I'm learning is when you buy them from big box stores, they don't bloom like they would if you planned them yourself. I don't know what's up with that. I need to research more. But anywho, let me just show you how I get rid of them. Always keep your containers, because guess what? Next year, you're gonna want to have moms again. And hey, how you doing? And depending on what kind you buy and how you buy it, you're gonna need a planter so that when it drains, you don't lose your water. One year, I did not know that. I thought all planters were made equally and they all have drain holes and they retain water. And that is a lie. So I'm gonna show you more detail in a second. Okay, so I have disposed of the other 2. Okay, now if you have small ones, a really cute craft could be to take the flowers that are already dry them out some more, let them fully dry, and you can use it in resin crafts. Now we're going to do this during the holiday season, but since I know I'll probably get more flowers out of a garden before then, I'm not going to hold these too long, but I will get rid of them together. So these actually come in these kind of planters. If you look on the bottom, those are all your drain holes, right? You want something that can collect water, but what I'm seeing now is my water escaped in these. So I need like a little plastic tray up on this next season so that it holds my water. And that's why my mom's did not survive the whole season as planned. But that's cool though. We just chuck them. Now you can compost them if you like, but because in our compost, it goes back into, I just thought I saw some rodent or something. I'm about to take off running. But because we use our compost for food harvests out of our garden, Some flowers are not edible. Mums, I haven't researched enough, but there are some other flowers that you can compost with your food, such as like marigolds, because they're edible and they have good nutrients and benefits. So I will definitely compost those. But mums, like I said, I'm not too sure. So this one came in a drain bucket. Grandma Aunt, let me show you. Look at her. Where'd she go? Look at her. Where'd she go? That's what fell off on me just now. Big old Grandma Aunt. Where's she going? Okay, so when it comes to insects, I let them survive because this is their home. This is where they live. I'm visiting, so I never kill bugs outside. It's something about that because they're in their environment. So I see that she's probably made a home somewhere in this planter, but I'm still gonna have to dump it because I don't want to raise ants. They do migrate if they don't get what they need no longer off your plant. But my ants, I normally just talk to them, say excuse me. I don't know if they can understand me, but we have this relationship. My ants don't bite me at my house. Now when I go work the community garden, them ants is treacherous. I try to be polite, welcome all of the nature things, talk to it kindly. Them ants was like, I don't care, I'm gonna bite you. And that's what happened. So anyway, so we're just gonna dump her. Again, I'm not gonna compost her. Don't know how she impacts my food supply. And then I will rinse out all of the planters so that I can save them for next season. And just like that, we are done. Always make sure to wash your hands after moving between plants. You don't want to spread disease if anything has disease, especially if you're not supposed to touch wet plants after watering or after rain, because that's when fungus and diseases can spread even more easily. So because I'm fooling with these and I'm about to go harvest my lettuce out my main garden, I want to make sure I wash my hands in between touching everything so I don't spread anything unknowingly. But your buckets, I have 2 from last year, 2 from this season. I think I had some hanging spring plants and that's where these come in at. So I definitely need to find a tray for them. You can find them like at Lowe's or Home Depot. I just snap the hanging hook off of it in order to repurpose it. So okay, it's important to harvest your garden if your plants start to bolt. We will have a frost here. I think it comes tonight. We already have cold weather. My lettuce is now bolting, which means it is now seeding so that next season we can have seeds to grow it again. So as you can see, Miss Lady, this right here, what is her exact name? She's a romaine lettuce. Look at how beautiful. So we have to chop her down because she is bolting. Bolting means it shoots up and the seeds are at the top. So as you can see, she has all these seeds. Now I could take these seeds off, dry them, and it takes a while. I mean, it could take anywhere for a week or longer depending on the wetness of the plant, to dry out the seeds and save them for next season, or if I want to use them same season, you know. Same with my red lettuce. Oh, she looks so cute, but she's also bolting. I'm gonna leave all of my collards and cabbages because my cabbages are still growing heads. And let me show you exactly what I mean by that. So in the center of your cabbage, oh shit, that's my hoodie. Y'all, when I say I don't fool with bugs, I don't fool with bugs. But I'm polite to them. Okay, so in the middle of my cabbage, you'll see that it's now forming a tighter circle. These are where our heads are going to come in at. And so you just want to give it time to form those. So my cabbages, they have a little bit of more work to do. But nevertheless, let's say I don't get a big head in the middle. That's fine too, because these outer leaves have tons of nutrients. And also, one year I did not get as big of heads of lettuce. They were like babies, which were perfect for like a small serving. But what I end up doing is mixing cabbage with collards. And chef's kiss. It is the most wonderful thing. Hi there, beauty. Look at that. We got some squash coming. Look at those flowers. So over here we got some radish. We got some, I think they're collards. Radish, collards. We also have okra, and I'm missing one. Zucchini maybe? But when we planted out this bed, me and my husband set up the beds separately this time instead of going together, trying to maximize our time. So he started on this bed. I had started out there. Then I put seeds here and we met here, but unknowingly he planted seedlings on top of seeds. So that is why this bed is crowded. Now, in the spring or summer, hotter months, you do not want to overcrowd your bed like this. It's fine, but if you have critters who love to visit, things of that nature, it can be a headache with trying to harvest. And what I see, yo, look at the baby zucchini. I pulled her top off mistakenly. Okay, I got plastic knives in here for the freaking cats that want to make a home. But look at her. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. I'm so freaking excited because I want more veggies and fruit that we can just eat raw. And it's a great snack, not only for us as adults trying to take care of our health, but our kids too. And radishes are one of those things. But let's look in here. Now also, be careful again, I say, because in your summer months, there will be these creepy crawler green. Ooh, that's another bloom. That's something else coming. I think that's the okra. I think you call them horn worms. They're so pretty. Like a bright green, fat caterpillar. And he's so cute, but he bites like hell. I got bit once, and it feels like you're getting shocked, kind of like electric shock if you don't know you're getting bit. So I picked him up mistakenly when trying to harvest some greens once, and he bit me in the driveway, but it was fine. I let him go. He went on about his way. My hand recovered. I didn't have any swelling or anything. But if you have any type of allergies or reactions to stuff, you might want to use something extra. But in my case, I didn't have to. So, excuse me. I have a sinus infection. But I gotta do what I gotta do. So when you harvest, you want a pair of shears. And I'm gonna use what I got in this moment. I don't know where my garden shears are. They're in the wind. So I have this handy dandy kitchen knife that we don't use anymore, but it's sharp enough to whack at the root of a plant, like the stalk of it. So I take it off from the bottom of the plant and leave some in so it can continue to regenerate. Your cabbage, if you leave the outer leaves and just cut the middle head of cabbage, it regrows. So you get to get it more and more times, right? For example, like here, I have 2 pepper plants. Now I've gotten several peppers off of this in the last month, but now it's slowing down. My weather is becoming cooler, so it's impacting the growth. But it looks like we will get some more because we have blooms on the stems. So, okay. Also, with harvesting, you want to have paper bags. These are perfect for fresh things out of your garden. Some people like to use the plastic produce bags from the grocery store. Those are fine too if you have those. I just find that the paper bags seem to serve the purpose a little bit better, keeping things dry, and I can see what I have more clearly. It doesn't retain the moisture because depending on if I'm eating it today or later, it just helps with the storing of things. So I take my knife and I go to the bottom, find the stem. I'll move you. Okay, so you have these outer leaves. You can keep them as well. They're actually all hanging on to the vine. Now, we probably should have separated these because it looked like it was 2 planted closely together. And this happens a lot with seedlings, but I'll post another video about how to separate your seedlings out so that you don't have overcrowded. But we're just going to chop them down here at this root. Please be careful to not hurt yourself. And there you have it. Now you got a whole little bunch of red lettuce. Any of the old ones that are decomposed or not edible, I go ahead, pull them off. These will go into my compost, and which we turn to make more soil for our garden. But here we go. And then I simply drop her in the bag. And she stays and waits for her other friend. So let's get the other ones. This is a problem with overcrowding. You see how she had to grow, so she had to bend over. So I'm gonna chop her at her root as well. Just a few whacks. I don't like to hurt them. Beautiful. I'm gonna take her seeds. If you have an air fryer, you can also dehydrate some of your plants and herbs in there. Mine has a dehydrator. I don't know if they still make that version, but I can definitely share it with you all so that you can reference it. Now, an alternative way to doing this, which now I realize I messed up, yeah. Because I also grow lettuce indoors, and what I do indoors is I normally just pull these off the stalk and leave the stalk, and I just realized that I could have left the whole thing in there and it would have regrew. But nevertheless, the roots are in the ground, still giving and pulling nutrients, and we're just gonna keep going, and we're gonna make it do what it do. Okay. This is another one. You can see she had to bend, I guess because of the other two. Let's see. And then slightly next to her. Uh-oh. Hey, Mama. Oh my goodness. Look how big she got. Yeah, wow. Okay. So, again, you just go cut that stalk. She came fast. She was ready to come. Get off of there. I'm gonna get all these dead leaves or leaves that I know I can't use or do anything with off of her. I'm so sorry you had to experience this. Thank you for growing. You're so sweet. Okay. Ooh, she a big one. Look at her. Ow. Okay, Mama's showing out. I'm going to also put her in her bag of treats. Take her inside, clean her up, prep her for storage. I'm going to take Miss Mama's out, the next one. Put her on down. Pull off some of her dead leaves. Also, if you see any kind of fungus on your plant, you don't want to compost that you don't want to cross-contaminate your compost. So if you're growing like a fungus in there, and then you're turning soil, and you're trying to like reuse that soil to plant more, it's gonna end up like contaminating everything. So from experience, don't do that. Look, I got some more lettuce over here that I didn't even remember I had. So that's a whole different spring mix. But let's get the rest of our romaine from here. Ooh, my back hurt, y'all. You could bend, stoop, whatever works best for you. Let me see. Gosh, you are huge, Mama. Hey there, girl. Thank you. Okay. And on her, see, I know this might be a fungus. It's overwatering. Too much water got on the base of them. There's different things you can do to make sure you don't get too much water on the root of your plant. But, you know, if you want to save money, use what you have and just figure it out. That's okay too. But I want to show you something so cool about lettuce. Lettuce has milk. Look at all that milk. Don't be afraid. It's a natural process. Ain't that something? Ah, milk from a lettuce. Who knew? Well, let me show you how long she is. Go girl, go girl. Ow. Okay. Let's put the rest of the fam in our bag. Okay. Oh. And she came off with one whack. Look at that. Again, that's probably a fungus. Overwatering and stuff, so I'll leave her out. And we got some seeds. Woo. So, for comparison, if you would like to see how tall this is compared to me, it's like the length of my leg. Here's a better way. That's how much lettuce I grew, from my ankle up to my waist. Ooh, I got lettuce milk on me. Well, look at that. It's just sticky. It just feels different. You get used to it. Totally normal. Beautiful. Nothing goes to waste. We use everything that we have. I don't care how small my harvest is. Over the summer, I grew 5 grapes. Everybody got a grape. Nothing is lost. Either you win or you learn. And baby, over here, we be learning every day, okay? Let's see. Then we have her. Oh, okay. So now I see also, now that I can get up under here, she's also connected. We should have split her, but that's okay. Woo, that was a good cut. Hey now, I'm getting good at this. I'm trying to see what else is a lettuce. These are gonna be greens. I could tell by the leaf. These are all greens, but let's go look at the spring mix that we got over here. Let me turn it around. So I love these. I think these actually grow better inside, and that's why I'm gonna move these too. I'm not gonna grow them out here anymore. But aren't they so pretty? They come in like hot pink. It's supposed to have orange and yellow, but it looks like they didn't make it through the first cold night. And that's okay. That's okay. I love to honor my plants and just tell them, you know, I appreciate you so much for all that you do, for providing and being here. Okay, so let's see what we got. Oh, so these are walking bricks. We don't put anything in it. We just add some extra dirt for because we do, but I don't step into them in case I do need to use the space. You don't want to contaminate stuff. But look at Miss Mama's. Hey, oh girl, look at you. Look how rude. Wow. Oh, you're so pretty. Look at her stalks. You can use those stalks. I would take definitely the leaves off, but you can definitely use the stalks. So, compost over there. I'll hold on to her. Oh, here go the yellow ones. Okay, so you see the pink. There's the yellow. Wait a minute, y'all. Gosh darn it. Yeah, I think I done pulled up some of... No, this is lettuce. Gardening, sometimes you get confused. This is lettuce. But I was trying to show you, these are called Swiss chard. I call them rainbow lettuce, but that's what they're supposed to look like. I caught them on sale. So I got a pretty good deal on them. Sometimes we can start our own seedlings, and sometimes if we find them for a good deal, we'll go buy them. So look here. Ooh, this is a good example. Okay, so if you look closely, you see her leaves? In the middle, I have 3 good ones, and then I have some that are damaged. So what I'm gonna do is remove the ones that I can't use, but also I wanna make sure there are no critters here before I yank it up, because I do not want to get bit. So I just gently observe. I know it's something here because she got holes and stuff. I could tell something with the water. She has a little fungus going. So I'm just going to shave them off. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Chop them off just like that. Throw them in my compost pile. Now I'm gonna take this beauty up. Sinuses, y'all. Woo. Okay. Now make sure I keep my hands clean. There we go. Thank you, ma'am. I really want you to grow some more, but I don't think you can. Should I take you now? Yes, I should. Ah, shit. Was that my knife or a critter? That's why I say, watch out. Look at that. Her root came out. I'm gonna compost her root. Okay, let's get our other things out, y'all. Let's see. What else we got here? I'll go some more hot pink. Excuse me, collards. I know. Okay, and also while I'm harvesting, if I see any leaves that can be removed to help with the growing of my plants, I'll do that as well. But this one, she really only got one good one that I can take. I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna leave these here. I'm gonna leave her rooted. I don't want to remove her. She hasn't grown much, so I really don't see the point in harvesting her one leaf. So I'll leave her. Let us see what she does in the meantime. Okay. Wait 1 second, y'all. I gotta catch the mailman. Okay, I'm back. One thing about it, I'll make sure if somebody's mail get delivered here, you gonna get your mail. She has beautiful leaves as well. I chopped away the ones we'll get rid of. So I'm gonna leave these two just to see how it goes, what kind of experiment that is, because I never tried it outside. So from this bunch, this is our bounty. Bounty. Beautiful. Okay, so we'll drop these in the bag as well. So one bag, and then 2 bags. And I'm actually gonna leave my compost for Dad, my husband, to put in our compost, which is right here. So it was supposed to be a playhouse for the kids. It is now turned into probably a beehive, if we're being honest. But this is our compost. So normally for the fall, I like to grow pumpkins and squash. From our compost, we drop pumpkins in from this season. So I'll chop up the pumpkins from the front porch, put them in the compost. Next season, next fall, I will have pumpkins coming all out down the bottom of this, all around it, and it's so pretty just seeing the big leafy things and the squash. And I have to say, that's probably the best way to decorate my porch every year, growing my own pumpkins and squash. One, I feel like they last longer when I grow them, and secondly, they just more pretty, and I'm saving money. So this is my bounty. Let's go inside and see how we pull them off the stalk so that we can store it.
Always clean your space. Make sure you have a nice, clean, sanitized table. That does not mean harsh chemicals. If you do use harsh chemicals, please make sure that you rinse off the table. You do not want to contaminate the food that is for your family, because it can be poison.
Okay. One of my babies coming to help. So, clean my table. I'm gonna wipe it down with water. Then we're gonna dry it. Can you go get the roll paper towels right there for me, sweet? So again, you just want to make sure it's a clean space. Don't overthink it. Whatever you have, we'll go. Thank you. Thank you, sister. So, and we just want to make sure it's dry. I keep all of my greens dry until we are actually ready to use them. This helps keep them crispy and fresh. Can we trash this, please? Thank you. And now, please do not think I'm gonna be on waste with paper towels, because I still use them. When I finish, we normally lay plastic, but we're out of it. So we're gonna use what we got. Paper towels actually help keep the moisture off of your plant. So if you have a lettuce crisper, it's really good to have even coffee filters, clean coffee filters at the bottom of it. It really soaks up all the moisture and keeps everything fresh for longer than what you would find at a grocery store. Thank you, ma'am. Now, I'm gonna pull you closer. Yeah, but not on my paper towels, yeah. Ooh, I just cleaned this. So, girl, get out the way. Okay, Addison, we are ready for surgery. Please, the first bag of lettuce. Woo. Wind is hot today, y'all. Yes. Okay. So, first bag, we have our Swiss chard. Oh, that wind feels good, but it is cool. We also have, look at how tall she is. Addison, step back so they can see. This is almost her height. That's how beautiful it is. Look at those seeds. Okay. So, leave her there. One of our little lettuces came off. That's fun. We have more Swiss chard, as well as romaine. You see how she's already trying to do what she does because of the wind, the weather, it's cold, and I am manipulating with her leaves. So, of course, she's like, what is going on? Stop touching me so much, or else you're gonna eat me. Baby Swiss. Ah! And then, once again, the height. This is half her size. So one is about her height and one is half her size. Thank you, sweetie. Okay. So for each plant, what we're gonna do, for this portion, what we're gonna do is pull the leaves off of the stems. Let's start with the big ones, because Swiss chard, I gotta remember how I normally do those. So if you find a leaf that has like this, I know this is a critter. See that hole? Yeah, we don't want those. So we're gonna put her to the side because we know it's some kind of critter. Good job. And we wanna be careful. Again, it's cold here. So I know it's not too many critters out, but still be careful for those things that like to bite you. This is a good one too. We don't want her. We want the very nice looking ones. Yep. So like her, she might be a good one. Might be. She got some spots. What about yours? Yep, she got some little spots. Oh.
This one looks good.
That looks good. No spots.
This one has one spot too.
One spot. Now if it's a tiny spot, these are okay. These are okay. I can always pull it off. Now, we don't look for necessarily perfection. What we're looking for is to make sure there's no disease, no eggs, no anything. And I can tell that that is something there. See her spots? Yeah. All those white spots, we don't want that. That's something laying something. Okay, we're going to go. Okay, so while we're doing this, we noticed some things. Some of it has white liquid. This is not a fungus. This is the milk from when we just harvest the plants. So these are good. Also, some brown spots, they're just imperfections. They're not a danger. It could be like sun or something like that. Some of these is not terrible to you. You can pull it off. You can break the leaf if need be. Like her, she's good for the most part.
This one looks pretty good too.
Yes, this one looks good too. So also you'll see, because we have so much of milk from the plant, it gets on the leaves that we're pulling, see, from the bottom. So that's what you want to be careful of. But I say look at them because sometimes the burnt spots or not just burnt spots,
And
but
you'll see some with some yellow.
with yellow, the Swiss chard. But also, what you'll see is the brown spots might make it not edible. It has like a tart taste to it. But also, be careful of the spots because eggs, pest eggs that are laid.
What I usually do if it has a bad spot, then I would just rip the bad side off.
Yeah, so we also do that too. Like her, yeah, she was bitten too. But if I can't, I just take part of her off. I salvage what I can. Again, we try not to waste anything. We pray over our food. We believe that it's nutritious. We make sure, of course, obviously, that we don't intake any fungus or anything like that.
Or anything bad.
Or anything bad. But we also want to be realistic about harvesting food from a garden and knowing that everything is not going to be perfect. And that's okay. No human is perfect. We all have imperfections that we work through, that we deal with, that we carry with us every day. And our imperfections make us who we are. And see, she's starting to wilt just a little bit. But our compost will definitely love us for this harvest.
Some are bumpy from the others, as you can tell, and they're a little bit more greener.
Yes, some are more greener depending on the type that it is, and I think these are. Girl, you harvested my Swiss chard? No, these coming out off the lettuce, but this is like wilting. See how kind of limp?
Try it.
You can eat it raw. It might make you poop. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Hey girl, don't choke on it now.
It's nice. It tastes like a leaf.
Yeah, that's what raw veggies taste like. It's coming from dirt.
That was gonna be sweet.
No, sweetie. Some things can be sweet straight from the garden, like different types of carrots and stuff. She's a-okay. Wait a minute. I'm gonna break her here.
Oh. Is this the good or bad pile?
This is the compost pile.
Oh. Compost is something you put that you don't.
And you could quickly do this, like, if I was in the garden and I didn't take the whole stalk out, y'all, I would just go down and just pull all these down. This is what I was talking about, leaving the stalk in the ground.
And make sure to look at these more closely because it might be hard to tell because it's more bumpy and it's more green.
I think, yeah, the darker the green, the more nutrients. I think that's a good one, right? Yep, and put it in a good pile.
Do you harvest the
all
yellow
this.
ones?
Yeah, just leave her whole. I'm gonna leave her whole. I'm gonna figure out what to do with her. I think I normally.
Can I try the bottom of this?
It's gonna taste the same. It's gonna taste the same.
Okay.
Go ahead. Let's see.
Try a piece of this.
Okay. We probably should have rinsed this off first because we are coming straight from dirt, yeah.
It tastes like dirt too.
It tastes like dirt, but hey,
This is good.
we all good. We
It's
all
good.
It's good. Okay.
I want some ranch with it.
I think that is okay. Also with your seeds will begin to flower, meaning they will then drop off into the ground and refertilize your garden. So I'm going to sit them to the side. I'm going to let them dry out some more, a few days. And then what I'll do is I put them in a glass jar so that next season I can say, I don't know what kind of seeds I got, but we're going to throw it out here in the garden and see what we get. And sometimes that's a great thing because it's nature and it's fascinating to watch things grow. Don't be afraid of stems. I know some people don't like the stems. They have more of a bitter taste, but let me tell you, they have so many nutrients inside of them. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. That beauty. I don't know why I'm whispering. It's just calming to the soul. This is my stalk. Honestly, I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with her, because I think I could probably boil her and make me something out of her. And I am. I don't like to waste anything that we grow. Every plant, all of it, has a purpose, and it has nutrients and things of that nature that are beneficial. So I'm gonna save her. She's so pretty. Now let me get her top off. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, let me make sure in this pile I have all that I need. I think all of these are the good ones. And then Addison did her stock. She actually moved a whole lot faster than me. She like run through them, honey. Run through them, get all of them off, and she's like, okay, so put everything in my good pile. We made a pile for compost. I just pull all these down, make sure they're good. These all look untouched, so we just pull them off gently. To store your lettuce, you want to do an airtight container. They have lettuce spinners. They also have lettuce boxes. And when we get inside, I'll show you what my containers look like, so you'll know what to look for in the store. And I'm not talking about spending a whole bunch of money, y'all. It could be as simple as going to like a TJ Maxx and find this one for $7. We like to save our money around here. We do not buy unnecessary supplies. Woo, look at that. Look at her. So pretty. I'm just going to take the whole thing off this top, and I can hang her up to dry just like that. Just like that, with a piece of string. Let her hang, and she will dry out. And I'm going to do the same for the rest of her seeds as well. Da-da-da. And because I can't really tell, I'm just going to pull it off. All of her leaves look fairly good. I don't see any type of critters or evidence of a critter being around. I'll leave her whole so she can hang like that from my ceiling as well. How long does it take to dry out hanging from the ceiling? I'm gonna be honest, I think it took me up to 2 weeks. That's a long process, yeah. But patience is key. Just know that at the end of the process, you will have what you need for future seasons. You just gotta trust it. And all of it is a learning process. Do not try to think that, oh, I have to be an expert. I have to have some kind of skill set. Now, look, you can do anything you put your mind to. Don't overthink it. Just do. Get that thing done, okay? Make the life that you want for you and your family. Stop listening to people thinking that you got to be rich, that you got to have certain cars, certain houses, certain property and stuff, that you can't get started with what you have in an apartment or rental or staying with family, whatever that looks like for you. We all have a starting point. No one is better than the next person. We are all experiencing life. We're all learning how to overcome our challenges, our obstacles, difficulties in life. And that's what I love about gardening, because it shows us that these little seeds, they don't care about the one thing that's next to them. They just grow. I was created to grow, and that's what I focus on. But humans, we get so caught up in the material things, the consumption of things, the status of things, and it's just wow to me that we have all these living things. Look at the birds. They wake up every day chirping, talking. What we doing for the day? How we gonna get our food? They do not worry. They do what they need to do with what they have. And that's what we can learn from nature. Do what we can with what we have. Forget the rest. Okay, so we're about at the end of this one. And then, don't this look like celery? I didn't grow celery. That sure look like celery. I think she came back from another season. We're gonna experiment though. We're gonna try to regrow her indoors, propagate it. Hey, we're gonna see how they go. Okay, let's move on to bag. Okay, now I'm just gonna simply rebag all of my clippings. So I'm gonna take aside, clean, and lost one. Kiss up to God. Put these in here. We'll go inside, clean them. I'll leave my seeds separate, and then we'll put them in our lettuce box, drawer, whatever I have available that's clean. I'm gonna leave these. This is her root, but I want to see if I can propagate this from the kitchen. So I'm actually gonna give myself one napkin to wrap her in, so I keep her separate and I don't know. And then for my seeds, I'll wrap them as well, and I can leave my stem and stalk separate. Now I know you're probably wondering, like, how long does this whole process take? It takes about an hour. It don't take long. And honestly, when we harvest greens at the end of winter, we're probably gonna have anywhere from 10 to 15 bags. I think the highest we've had was 40 bags one season, a really good season, and we eat off of those throughout the year. So this process is not long whatsoever. It's not. You just take your time, and the more you do it, the quicker you get with it. So now what we need to do is harvest our second bag. But I'm also double checking some of this stuff we pulled off. That should be in the good stack. Oh, that wind is so nice. Okay, our last bag. These are our red romaine. Okay. I'll move the paper towels over to this side. So I can just make this longer and I don't have to waste more. There we are. Oh, she's so pretty. Isn't she a beauty? Let me move my other ones inside. Okay. Here we are. I always like to check my bag. Make sure I don't have no critters that followed me home. But sometimes they end up in the house. So I always double check my bag, dump it out before I refill it with what I need to take upstairs. Because otherwise you will have spiders, ants, critters. Again, I talk nicely to my things so they don't bite me, but I'm not gonna say that's the case everywhere, because some critters are treacherous depending on their area. How do people treat them? That's how they act. That's why I always choose kindness when it comes to nature. You never know when you will encounter it. Okay. So this is what I mean by the flower. I probably pulled her too soon. She's starting to seed. There's a flower. This flower will fall into your soil and then it will seed it. So I take them at this stage. And that's how we start our seeds that we have. So let me see if I can pull the seeds off the others. Let's see. I'm just going to take a little bit longer piece. Make sure I get all of it. I think those are all the seeds that I got. Oh no, there's one more bunch. Oh, that color is just so like, oh, gorgeous. Girl. Beautiful, beautiful color. Okay. So now, as like the green or romaine, we just simply pull off the leaves one by one. And then we're going to double check to see what we can keep and what we need to get rid of. Yep. And my kids love to pick greens. And they love to like just help harvest everything. It's like a family thing. Sometimes I have my in-laws to come over. They help as well. My husband, he comes out and help. We make it like a whole family event. You know, growing your food is such a privilege.
This one has a hole, so you know an animal or critter has taken a bite.
That's true. But look at the rest of her and make sure. What I like about red romaine.
You could just take this part off.
Yeah. You can just take the whole off. That's your
And
good
it's really
stuff.
soft. It's not that tough.
Yep. See, they really withstand. I don't know if they withstand critters. The critters don't like them. But I also sprinkled some cinnamon around some of these.
Some of them have little holes too.
Little holes, I have to double check those.
Or you
Like
can
this
just,
is wilted.
Like, tear them out.
I know that one is bad. These are all wet, limpy, not crisp. I know she's probably not gonna make it.
This one has 2 holes in it and 1 like little bite.
Oh, okay. But do you see any eggs? Like
I see 2 white things.
2 white things?
3. I see
Let me check that one out.
that one, and that one.
So she's talking about right here. I know it's not milk because I can't easily wipe it off. I checked the back side. Eggs come in clusters. You can see the eggs most times as they continue to grow. So, I think she might be good.
This one has a little hole in it.
Little hole is fine. As long as
No, like a big hole like this.
she's fine.
Ziploc size.
We can eat her. We'll let her live.
Or you can just rip it apart.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I really like this because it's soft texture, and if you see like this, if you for example, this piece and this piece, if you tear it off, you see it's rough and bumpy, and the dark green one, but this one it's soft.
So she did get milk. That's what some of her white stuff is coming from.
And this feels like velvet.
It does. It feels so good, so soft. So this is her stem. We're gonna see what we can do with these stems, y'all. Also, let me separate the seeds. I think we kind of start compiling over her seeds by accident. Oh, look at that milk. So it just comes off. It's just white, milky. Let me show you what it looks like on my finger. Not sticky. Like it's kind of sticky once you rub it in. We're gonna keep the stem, girl.
Can I try a little bit?
No more trying. No more trying. I already know what you're about to say.
No. It tastes pretty good.
So let's leave her seeds separate.
You want to keep the stem for compost.
Yeah, for compost, and I want to see if maybe we could boil it and create some.
This looks like a bouquet, but it's actually seeds.
Seeds. Okay, put the seeds in that stack, and wait a minute. I think I left a thing of seeds on this.
This looks like the spring mix that you'll find in Publix.
It is. I'm gonna take off
So
all
homemade spring mix.
these dead leaves, and then I'll let you have this stem while I work through the rest of this stuff. Here you go, Addison. That's the good pile right in front of you. I'm gonna work through the next 2 stems.
This one has multiple fruits. This one looks pretty good, but it has a hole like a Ziploc bag, but it will be fine.
Okay.
And then some of the big ones, they're mostly kind of good in the bag, but we'll see. The good ones are usually the big ones.
Oh, look at all that milk coming off her. Ooh, pretty. It's on the stem. That sounds like a dog or what? Coyote? Coyote's gonna
No,
be
that
out.
sounds like a child.
Oh, that was a child making noise. Okay, my bad. Girl, you gotta stay ready. Stay ready. You ain't gotta get ready. Don't give me that serious look.
So then we're gonna put this one in. If it has,
I'm just gonna pull all these off. I don't think any of these are how they.
This one has a key.
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel like you were telling me safety. I can't. Those are dogs, little girl.
No, because the first one was like,
Yeah.
that's a little child.
Okay. Well, hopefully the child is okay. And since these are like limp, look at how she hanging. We're just gonna compost all of those.
If it has a hole, then you can make it bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, some holes are okay. They might have just gotten torn up some kind of way.
Yeah.
Look at
Because
that stem.
if there's wind and maybe the wind was really hard and it could have
Yep, and whooped through it because we did have some storms due to hurricanes here. Some really wild storms.
Yeah, we haven't had storms in a while.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago. Well, a week ago. That's why we got the cold front.
Yeah, so today was 40 to 61 degrees, I think, so super cool.
Yep. We're getting our fall and winter weather. Oh, I just love how she bunches together. That's so pretty.
I don't know if winter is good for plants.
Yes, there are some winter plants. That's why we leave our greens and our cabbages out there because they are winter greens and cabbages.
So now we know
They
that
can
winter-
hardy during the winter and really toughen up. But it's important to put them in the ground. If you have a seed or a seedling, put it in the ground before the cold weather starts because as the weather changes from warm to cooler, the seeds are able to be hardied.
It's good to have plants that are used to the winter.
Yes, we love to harvest and squirrel away our plants for future seasons. We also like to grow during the fall time and winter because we don't have as many critters. You could really yield a lot.
I finished all.
Okay, great. We get to yield a lot of our food during this time.
I'll be right back.
Okay, without an issue. Ooh, this is interesting. What is this? I'll just pull each one. It's just amazing how God made this plant. And she just beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Look at what God made. Ain't that something? Oof, yeah. Okay, now we're ready for our bag. Uh-oh. Okay, some of that got on the bag. That's okay. We'll save what we can. So, we got all of these. Then I got my seeds. I'm going to wrap those in one napkin like before. Let's see. Where's the napkin? I'll take two for you. They're just so small. Okay. Then I have my stalks that I will also put in my bag. Uh-oh. I got some compost on this one. That we did not get through. All of these. Oh, look at all that milk she got on her. All that white stuff. Okay, so she's good. Oh, red lettuce also has a different type of scent to it than regular lettuce. My sinuses are draining, but for some reason I can smell the red lettuce. I can't smell the other. That's how strong it is. But it's not strong like a stinky, like overpowering, I don't want this smell. It's just a very... It's a strong smell. It's a different smell, but it's still a good smell, if that makes sense. Okay. And now, bag number 2 is ready to go. Okay, so this is, well, it needs to look now. But this is just a basket from Dollar Tree. I put the things I want to harvest into my basket. Okay, clean up my space. Any little pieces, I make sure I pick them up as well. Now, some things hit the ground in 5 seconds, y'all. If it's been on there for a minute, this is the driveway where car tires come, so we don't do that. Normally, I do this inside anyways, in the kitchen, but for purposes of this example, we are in the driveway. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yo. Oh my God. Look at that big hole. Look at it. That's what I be talking about. That's what I be talking about. Where did he come from? He trying to get me. That's a part of gardening, y'all. Ooh, so of course I call for reinforcements, because when I say I don't fool with anything, that stings. Just watch me. He on my table right here on the corner.
Watch him.
Watch me. You see him?
Where you at?
Right there. Don't kill him. Just
Where you at?
right there.
Why you don't want to kill?
Because he just right there. He just exploring. Just make sure I'm okay, please. I'm coming right back. I'm going right to the compost. Okay, to the compost we go. I love fall days. It's so cool outside, and it's just nice weather. Not as many bees and wasps out bothering. You want bees because they help pollinate your garden, but I have an allergy to bees, so I can't get stuff on, or I don't know how that ends for me. Okay, so this is our compost. We'll just lift it up, pour it in. When my husband comes to do his yard work, like cutting the grass, weeding and stuff like that, what he'll end up doing is turning the soil. And that's how we compost. I also keep a compost in the house. And we can show you that when we get upstairs as well, of what that looks like. Let me pull these last little bit of dead leaves out here that I see, that I know my husband gonna be like, girl, why you ain't pull that? Hey, camera. Oh, steady, lady. And so, like I said, the bad stuff, the stuff that just needs to be thrown away, I just leave a pile for my husband. He knows what to do. But for the most part, the stuff that I know I want to regrow, I remove all the extra dead leaves from it, so that he also knows, hey, this is like ready to regrow. Don't touch it. And that's why I left it in the ground. So yeah, we'll see. Now again, my lettuce, I probably should have left the stalks because they do regrow onto the stalk, but we just didn't do it this time, and that's okay. I got all that I needed. Ooh. Y'all almost there. To the kitchen we go. Now we are going to put together our salad boxes, rinse, clean everything, make sure it's ready to go. One thing about kids, if they don't have to rinse anything, if something is prepped, ready for them to already do it or eat it, they'll eat it more. So fruit, always rinse it. If it needs to be cut, go ahead and cut it up. All those things. Because I want my kids to enjoy eating healthy, and I don't want to cause any obstacles to stop that from occurring. I'm back. We're indoors, finally. Okay, so first thing first, you need to get your lettuce containers. And also we need some gallon-sized bags for our stalks. Sam's, Costco, something like that. You don't have to buy Ziploc. Again, I normally keep my produce bag, but I think we threw away the last one. But, yeah, okay. I don't have any more produce bags. But produce bags are perfect as well for storing your harvest. If you can't get to a store, don't have this, again, gardening does not have to be expensive. Okay, so I cleaned off one of them. I had to clean one. One was in the china cabinet. But this is a lettuce container. And this is a lettuce spinner. Like that, gets all the water off, dump the water in the sink, and then you store it. Another way I like to store my lettuce is via glass containers. I love glass containers. They're long lasting. You can store them in the fridge. If you have high quality, like a Pyrex, I forgot the name of is it called Anchor? I have their measuring cups. They come with lids. You can refrigerate and you can also freeze it. Okay, so it's perfect for. Also, don't forget your coffee filters. Okay. I have no idea where these come from. My mom actually gives them to us. So I know she finds stuff for a good deal, so I'll have to ask her where she finds these. Okay, so got your salad spinner, you got your box. If you don't have coffee filters, you will use paper towels at the bottom of your container in order to store your things. So I did a quick Google search, and I feel like I might have brought some stuff upstairs still, unknowingly. Quick Google search. You can eat the stalk. It's very good. You can steam it or you can eat it raw. But we're not about to eat it right now because I gotta cook dinner for the family. So I'm just gonna quickly prep it so that it can go into storage. So let me get me a knife. Listen, and I don't know what knife is supposed to do what. I use what I have, what's most convenient, and that's what it is. If you know better, teach me, and maybe I could do better. But this is the knife we're gonna use, the cake knife. Chop it. Just like that. So it can fit in my bag more easily. Cheap cutting board, cheap but quality. It's perfect to use. But also, I would recommend, if you don't have a cutting board, y'all use what you got. I can't stress that enough about using what you have, not over consuming, not buying extra stuff. Ooh, somebody got delivery. Oh. Okay, I make sure I pull all of the extra lettuce off that I can, that I might think will wilt. What I'll probably do with these, I wonder if I should freeze them for longer storage. We're traveling this week, and so I want to make sure I store everything correctly in the fridge so that when we come back, we still have plenty to eat for the following week. For our salads, I'm gonna pull my camera down so you can see what I'm actually doing. For our carrots, I meant to say salads. For our salads, we do something very simple. Just a lettuce, veggies. So we might do carrots, radishes, cucumbers, things like that. The kids like those type of things. My kids also love beans, but this year we didn't put beans out. That will be later. So yeah, make sure you rinse this very, very good before storing. Make sure you get most of the water off. If you're freezing, that's okay. I haven't noticed a difference. But if we're going in the fridge, I just want to get all of this off. But also, I probably want to wrap in some kind of paper to keep the moisture off of it so that it stays fresh. But I just wanted to make sure that fit appropriately, because sometimes I can leave stuff a little bit too long and it does not help us. So then we take off the remaining leaves here. Blow your nose, sweetie. Kids, they will sniffle and sniffle and sniffle without blowing your nose. And I keep trying to tell them, the more you blow your nose, the quicker you can get over the ickies and move on. But nobody listens to mine. I wonder if we could make a stem juice or something like that. That might be good. So I'm gonna get a large bowl to put this in. I'm gonna also mix it with my green stalks. Child, we need some better storage options. Okay, just a mixing bowl, something that make it submerge in water. Make sure I get all the dirt and ickies off of it that I don't want. The things that I'm not gonna use, I just drop into my sink and I'll scoop it all up when I'm done. Oh, there goes Dad walking the neighborhood for his evening walk. If you can't tell, my kitchen sink is right by the window, so I get to see all the business in the neighborhood. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I tell you, I'm not the nosy neighbor to run and tell your business, so I might see a lot, but I keep it to myself. Anywho, so here, this is pretty big, but this is a little dirty from outside for being in the dirt. So I'll probably just cut, I don't know how big that is. I'll just cut that down. Oh, I thought I could do one cut. Ooh, God damn it. Oh, you strong. I don't know, can I hit the same spot? Yep. I was gonna try to whack it. I'm happy I didn't, because that probably would have been a mess. Okay. I'll just chop her up so she could fit in my boiler. Look at you, pretty. And so we'll save this for another day of experimenting. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about gardening. It's all an experiment. You learn as you grow. Hey, I like that. You learn as you grow. Because it really is true. You know, a lot of times you have creators who say, oh, it has to be this kind of yard, this kind of landscaping, all these like aesthetic things. And the reality is, well, use what you can. Do it how you want to do it. This your life. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do at my house that I pay for, that I live in, that I clean, that I raise my family in. We ain't gonna do that. Brown cabinets. I like brown cabinets. White is beautiful, but I also have small children, and yeah, too much going on with that. Okay, so now we have our stalks. I'm gonna go ahead and start rinsing those good. Give them a good bath so that they're nice and clean. If I did not mention, always start with clean hands. I washed my hands when I came inside to make sure, again, cross-contamination. Okay, so while my stalks are filling up, I think I'm gonna break this one in half. Yep, that's better. Now I'm going to do my lettuce, but first, let me do my seeds. I need a jar. I have tons of these jars. You can buy a whole, I don't know what you call it, a pallet of them or something, but like a 12 pack, 16 pack, maybe a 20 pack. But I just like to have glass jars. Also for our homemade goodies, we make our own creamer as well as honey jalapeno sauce and a lot of other things. So having a glass jar with a seal tight lid, it really helps keep the freshness of things. So I highly recommend if you're able to get these. I think Michael's sell them by the case and they actually go on sale. If you happen to get one of their coupons, if you get a really good cashier who knows what they're doing, they will double stack. And so you can get it like for virtually nothing. So that's something to look forward to if you're thinking about it. Okay, so we have our seeds. Put the seeds together. Like I said, I left some of them whole. I like to just stick them in this jar like this, y'all. It ain't no particular science. They gonna dry out anyway. I normally hang them from my ceiling light. Yes, using what I have with a string that is garden friendly. But otherwise, for the next couple of days, I could just leave them in the jar. You could put paper towel in here to dry it out even more. I haven't noticed any moisture really getting into them. They stay virtually dry. I keep them in a dry area, and I've had no issues previously. But again, if you have a different way of doing things that you would like to share, I am open to learning more. And then we have these. Ooh, I can take the stalk. I want to see how that does. Can I make me a lettuce juice or tea, I wonder, from the stalk? Oh, y'all. Okay, we really about to get into some experiment. So then, how beautiful. You just take them. Can you print something? Yes, yes. You can print something if you need to. And then I just go down. I'm gonna leave this hole and remove the rest of the leaves. I don't know why I just did that backwards, but we here now. We gonna keep going. Make it do what it do. So my fingers are getting a little bit sticky from dealing with the milk. One thing I meant to mention outside, sometimes people don't like their plants after they bolt. Some say they have like a more bitter taste. For me, I don't know. I haven't noticed it being any more bitter than what I believe lettuce to be. And also we put really good like dressings, not like ranch, but such as the veggies that I mentioned earlier on our salads. So when you have all those flavors really come together, blow your nose please, thank you, then it's just more flavorful, so it kind of washes it out to us. Now y'all are probably different, I'm just saying what works for us. Then also I need to propagate my celery that obviously snuck into the bunch of the harvest. I propagate two different ways, with water and in soil. I have tried celery in soil to propagate it, did not work out well. So what I'm gonna do this time is put it in water. Celery is very particular. She likes what she likes, so talk to her nicely. So you don't want your water to come too far above your root because it will rot. So I'm just gonna put enough water around this small piece, and then we'll see what we do. Yeah, that's enough for now. That's enough for her to last overnight and for her to say whether or not I want to be with you. That's probably still a little bit too high because it's almost in between the folds, but hey, life itself is an experiment, y'all. Do not shy away from trying out stuff from your scraps. What's the worst that can happen? It don't work. You learn and you move on. Okay, now our stalks should be ready to go. I got one more thing of seeds to do. 2 more. Hello, lovely. Hello. Yeah. Put her down in there. Oh, I found some other seeds. I didn't even know they were hiding out. Here we go. Okay. I just peel them back, peel them back, peel them back. Okay. And there we go. A bunch of seeds. All right, let's clean out our stalks. I'm gonna take my Ziploc bag. Take me about anywhere from 3 to 4 coffee filters. Bring it down so you can see. And I'm gonna just gently put them in here. So, because I'm not gonna freeze them, I might try to do these when we come back after traveling. I'm gonna leave them in the fridge. Either way, freeze or refrigerate. I like freezing because it maintains the nutrients. Also, when you cook your veggies, know that some of your nutrients boil off into your water. It's normal. So you want to keep your water. You can reuse your water for other things, like your pasta water, right? When you do pasta noodles, you know, all of the nutrients from the pasta is in the water. That's why when you're trying to finish them off, you save a little bit of that water in order to keep the nutrients in there. It's the same way with our greens, our cabbage, things like that. You want to keep as many pieces of it that has the nutrients so that you get all the full benefit, especially if you are not a healthy eater 24/7 like us, because we do cheat on our healthy eating, but we try to do the best that we can with what we have. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I use this beautiful baby. So I'm going to do one type of lettuce here. Some of my small ones I won't be able to put at the bottom because they'll slide through the slits. I'm gonna take my seeds out. I'm so glad I got so many seeds this time. Normally I just get my collard seeds. I always let them bolt a little bit after I harvest what we want to eat. Collards and mustards are really good at seeding. I grew my turnip greens inside during the spring and summer. They did wonderful. I'll have to show you how that turned out at a later time. I'm also probably gonna just put seeds. I'm also gonna put my Swiss chard here, but I'm gonna make sure I keep her separate so that if the kids want to get a root ranch, they say they like her root ranch raw, they can do so without having to dig through the whole box. You can leave these whole, or you can break them up. And now that I see how many I have left to get out this bag, I'm already full here. I might need to put her in the spinner because this is a lot more than I anticipated. And then my rat should have been in the box because I have a least amount of those. Decisions. But we're gonna keep going. Always reuse your paper bags. They are reusable. That's why I like the paper bags. They're not necessarily harmful to not the economy, the environment. That's what I was trying to say. We try not to leave a big footprint, but hey, this is America. Some things you just can't escape. So here we go. We rinse off all of our lettuce. Now fill it up. The cool thing about this container is that you can just lift up the basket and all the water is done. I do a triple wash just to make sure we get all of our dirt off. I do this with our greens as well. We have one sink for rinsing, another sink for rinsing off, and then we do it 2 more times, both sinks, because the greens have a lot of things that can get in their crevices, such as dirt, just hooking on critters, things of that nature. So you just want to be mindful of that. So I just give them a good wash. Flip up my basket. Ta-da! Okay. So I'm going to initially line her with paper towel and coffee filters. One important thing to note, that if you do this method, you need to change out your paper products in 3 to 4 days to make sure that it continues to provide crisp, leafy. Okay. So do about 1, 2, 3, 4, double fold. And this might be an overkill of paper towels, but I know this is very wet and I want to catch as much moisture as possible. I don't want anything to go to waste. So for me, I don't mind overusing my paper products. I buy more. That's it. That's what it looks like. Put my lid on top. She's good. She'll go in the fridge when I'm done. Okay. Okay, on for the Swiss chard. Same process. I will hand wash her since we only have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently making sure I remove all dirt from her stem. Making sure she's nice and crisp. Now, if you get scared about your leafy veggies wilting or getting old too quickly, you don't have to rinse them after take them out the ground. Some people store them dry, and I've seen it work for certain people, depending on the moisture in your house. You can also put them in that produce bag that I told you about, unwashed. Wash it when you're ready to eat. But for us, again, ours work really well. What is this net doing in here? When we pre-wash and things like that. Let me get a longer container. This works. Okay. My kids are particular about stuff. If you break something before they get a chance to eat it how they want to eat it, they don't want to eat it no more because it's not how they want their food. So to keep the tears down and to make sure my kids get what they want, some things I bend on. Okay, so I'm gonna rinse these one more time, and I might take the ends off of them because they still look a little bit dirty. And I just want to make sure I get all of the dirt off of it. But it's just a very small amount to cut, just like less than a half an inch. Done. Spread them out so that they dry appropriately. Now, this is the key. When you have a small amount like this, and it's not a salad box, I'll lay paper towels on top. It keeps all the moisture off of it. Sucks it up. Stay crisp. Trust me, it works. I've done it for years now. So put her to the side. She's ready for the fridge. And Mama got to get dinner started. So we'll probably be having some salads tonight. Yeah. Okay. Final harvest, but not least. Well, her cute self. Also, if you like to cut up your lettuce beforehand so that, you know, people can, your household can come in and just get what they need out of it, I think that's a great idea. For me, I do it 2 ways. So because I'm doing a salad spinner, I will break these up. It's my youngest. She is a salad girl at heart all day, every day. But if salad is too hard for her to make it ready to eat, she don't want to fool with it. And I break it like this. Some people chop with a knife. I don't have a salad knife. With metal knives, they actually rust. Not rust, but make sure lettuce turn brown quicker by cutting it that way. So I just break with my hand. small pieces. And then we rinse her off in the salad mixer. So just like the other one, fill it all the way up. I'm gonna keep filling, and then I'm gonna dump the water, and then we will spin so you can see how all the water comes off. You want to just skim with it. So we already checked for critters and all those things, so you don't have to go overboard, but I just like to triple wash to make sure I get all the things off that might be harmful to the family. Okay, and now I'm gonna clean up my space before I do my final spin in the rinse. Okay, we're ready to spin. Just put her on there tight. Put your back into it. Woo. See how all that water snipped off? Listen to all that fall off. Ain't that something? So, just do it a couple more times. Okay, done. That's what it looks like after it spins. Make sure I get all the last little bit of water out. I line the bottom with coffee filters. I double line them. No, I do not dry. I feel like I'm wasting more. I'm wasting more stuff doing all that. Just double line it. However many my heart feels. As we get a plethora of coffee filters. Bam, bam, bam. That's it. So we got 3 containers of lettuce and also 1 bag of stalk. This will probably last us, we normally go through 1 of these in a week, so I'll say 2 weeks, but I'll probably make mixed lettuces, and this is a snack. So I'm gonna say a week and a half that this will last. One way that I stretch lettuce, because we'll eat salads every day. I'll send a salad with my husband to work. I'll eat a salad as I work from home. My youngest, she actually takes salads to school in her lunch when she packs it. My oldest, she's more of a bean potato type girl. So she's not crazy about salads anymore, but when she does eat them, she don't like dressing. She eats them raw. That's her thing. She just likes to eat them raw. So yeah, so we make good use of this. And then we just have individual lunch containers that we can pack each day or for the whole week if we decide to prep it in advance. So yeah, let me know what you thought about this whole process. I'll talk to you soon, friend.